and see if you can hear me. Okay, first of all, not too much. Okay, look, y'all. Retouch, retouch on. Off, on, off. You can really tell a difference. That's what happens when you don't wear makeup. All right, I'm just going. Can you turn that down a little bit? And then I just need someone to check and see if they can hear me. Can you see me? Check this one. Hey everybody. Hey everybody. Oh, shoot. Oh, that was it. Let me go back. I already did that. Okay, cool. Can you hear me though? Oh, yay. Okay, perfect. Perfect. I can be heard. Let's go over here and delete this. Hey, I know it's not going to be a lot of people in here to begin with, so if you do come in, make sure you drop off where you're from, where you're watching from. Who did I reach? Where did I touch? Hopefully not there. Oh, it's a neighbor. Neighbor. I'm just going to make sure that, yeah, see, that one's not live. Making sure that we are set on the right stuff. All right. And we are off. So I'm here a little early anyway. So if you do come in, make sure that you let me know where you're from. And if your name is different from your username, like, you can tell me that too, because some of y'all have like some weird names and I want to misquote them or whatever. Anyway, come in. Hey, welcome to Jordan's room. Jordynn Reloaded. And if you're in here, let me know where you're from. And hold on, because y'all know I'm new to this. I am. What is the purpose of this live? Well, sir, it's not for you if you need the purpose. Has the title. You saw the title. This is the wrong channel. If you're going to be coming over here, you saw the title. There were 169 subbies, and now I'm here to tell them why they're here. And if you don't want to, then you can go to the next one. That's just that simple. But you were so mean. You were so mean. What is the purpose? You could have just read the title or the description. Oh, well, that's fine. Anyway, hey guys, my name is Jordynn. So the reason why I'm here for this live is because I've been posting kind of consistently for the past 11 to 13 days. And I say that because I skipped 2, and you can call it 11 or 13, but to me, that is more than I've ever done. I am here to tell you why you're following. So there's 169 at last check. I think I may have gotten a couple more. So there's a lot of people that's just subscribing and they don't really know who they're subscribing to. And that is the whole reason for this live, is to tell you who you are and who I am and what to expect from me going forward. And so you can determine, see, what's your name? You can determine whether you want to stick around or not. So my name is Jordynn. I am a millennial. I'm not going to tell you my exact age, but I'm almost 40 years old. I'm a millennial. And a brief background about me. I come from humble beginnings. I reside in the Midwest. You will find that I often coin myself the Midwest Maven because I run pretty much equidistantly between Indiana, which is home base, Illinois, second home base, Ohio, and then a couple of times I'll touch Michigan, Wisconsin. Any place that requires my service is pretty much where I'm at, primarily in the Midwest. Hi. I am. Long time. Hey, everybody, if you come in, let me know where you're from. So if you're here, drop me an emoji, drop me a 2, we in this together. That's what you'll see from me a lot. And then let me know what state you're from, or even country, because apparently everybody else has come through. Hey, what's up? Abdo Pro, what's going on? Who's laughing? Is that a child? You'll hear my kids in the background. I have 3.5 children. And I say half because, as you see, I am intertwined. So my old man is half a kid to me. And that's pretty much my little family dynamic. It's OTF all day. I don't really mess around with when it comes to them. So anyway, telling my story, I from the content that I've been posting, I'm somebody that travels a lot. I like to share experiences through travel. I started off as a musician. I don't know. I've always been a writer. I've been a writer all of my life. I had my first published poem when I was in the 3rd grade. I also wrote a short story / book in the 3rd grade. I then drifted off into music. Life is what happened with that. And then I drifted off into music. I became this starving artist here in the state of Indiana. I became pretty popular here in the state of Indiana back in the 2010s. So a lot of my following over there on Facebook. There's about 11K of them over there right now. So that's where I come from. I am an old millennial, so I come from the book, okay? And a lot of them came from my musical beginnings. So I thought I was going to be this big lyricist or something or the other. I don't know. And then life happened. Life happened. I had children. I started having more children. And I just became domesticated. But then also, the premise for this channel, I just went through some things. I struggled. Some of it was self-inflicted. Some of it may have been at the behest of other people. And a combination of that has led me to the growth that I am experiencing today. I do recognize that I had a bit of a arrested development because I spent the majority of my 20s just out here just living frivolously, honestly. I'll use the term I'm from Indiana. But I use the term narc very loosely because I am not a mental health specialist. I know I'm not certified in anything to call anybody a narc but myself. I was very narcissistic at one point in time in my 20s. I thought that my bills would just be paid. I don't even know how they were going to be paid, but I just knew that I would never meet. I was too smart to be homeless. I was too smart to end up in situations of circumstance that I thought were a sign for other people. I guess I thought that I deserved more. I always felt that I deserved more. And apparently some people say maybe I have OCPD, obsessive compulsive personality disorder. And I don't think it's that either because I'm not like full of myself. Do I think highly of myself? Yeah, I do. I do think that I should have been more of a producer in society at this point in my life. I do feel that. But I don't think I'm better than anybody. But I do feel like that I deserved a better life than I have right now. So saying all that to say, I've experienced a tremendous amount of growth over the past, I don't know, 5 years or so. It didn't hit me until my 30s is when not even my 30s. Like when I hit 30, I still was doing stupid stuff. It was on a trajectory of being more comfortable in life. But I was homeless. I've lived on the street. I've couch surfed all my 20s, like just bouncing back and forth. Now, granted, I've had times of stability. I won't say stability because it was very short lived, but times where I had my own things. I had a car, I had an apartment and stuff, but again, short lived. And then I'm off to fuck up credit. I'm off to mess up my credit somewhere else, or et cetera, et cetera. So for the longest time, I was afraid to even show up online because I had fallen so far down from where I thought I was going to be. So I'd say like at the end of 2019, around when the panini started, I was like really flighty on social media, but then I completely fell off and I ghosted. I was on nothing. Now, of course, I watch YouTube, but I wasn't participating in anything. I did not have a TikTok at all. So all of that was brand new to me when I resurfaced around 2023, 2024 or so. And that was only because another thing, I am a licensed realtor in the state of Indiana. So I thought I was going to be a realtor, and apparently in the 2026 in the new digital era, everyone has to have some type of identity online. It doesn't matter what field you work in, you probably will gain more ROI, have more profitability if you have an online presence. So came back on here, and then I messed that up too because I live in the state of Indiana, and if you live in the state of Indiana, you know that just being a little rough around the edges isn't as highly accepted. Like if I were to go to, like, say, like a city like Atlanta or even back to Chicago, I feel like that my persona, my personality, my temperament would be more accepted than here in Indiana. Indiana is it's a very trad state. So, being that I was a musician, matter of fact, if my channels are linked somewhere, they are, just search Team Jordynn on Google, search Jordynn on anywhere that you listen to music. You'll listen to my music. And while I do consider myself lyrical, I don't talk about, like, girls, butts and stuff. Like, I don't talk about all that, occasionally, but more lyrical than anything. I curse like a sailor. So my fear was that I'd get with a client here in Indiana, and they would find my online persona, which I never mixed. I never mixed them. And then they'd be like, oh my God, like, I don't want her to represent me in the buying and selling of my most prized asset. So I just gave up on that, and I decided that I was done even pretending anymore. I don't have time to put on a veil, put on a mask. I didn't want to show up if it wasn't perfect. Like, I had to have photo shoots for all of my music, etc., etc. It just there was nothing going online if I did not approve of it, because I hate people that, you got all these like whack rappers, right? And then they'll have these people in the background like, yeah, that's dope. Like, no, don't tell me that, because I know it's not dope. So I'm not going to put it out. So, in any event, that's why we're here. That's why we're here. I am a growing millennial. I am still growing at almost age of 40. And that's all I'm going to keep saying, because you're not getting my age unless you figure it out. I'm just still growing. And my goal is to create a community, create a connection with other people who are also still growing, especially millennials. I have Gen Z, Gen Alpha. So my hope is that they learn from it too. Someone had posted on a video here most recently, told me to stop giving advice, and it was not supposed to be a piece of advice. And that was only one person that said that. So by the way, not too much, sir. But I'm not here to give advice. I will never present as a guru. I am not a guru. Maybe at my job. Like, if you want some job tips, like, I'm pretty goddamn good at my job, but I'm not a guru when it comes to this life thing. So anything I say is not, it's not advice, it's a lived experience. And the goal is, hopefully someone is also living that experience and that we can grow together, or someone who has not experienced this yet has a possibility of experiencing it, don't have to, because they can learn from other people who have already tried and errored it all. So you'll see that I call myself the Midwest Maven a lot, because like I said, like, if I'm not here, I'm in Chicago. And if I ain't in Chicago, I'm somewhere over there in Ohio. And that's pretty much where I spend the bulk of my time. And like I said, it's always a random experience too. I work in experiential marketing. And so for a short, it's on the ground UGC essentially. I'll promote brands. So if you ever go outside and you see like a tent popped up for somebody's company, I've either staffed it or I work it. And I do both, because I got 3.5 kids. There's never enough cash. And if I can make it work, I make it work. So I work from home, but I work on the ground when I need to. Do I have any advice for a young woman? Well, is it Maria? Hey, Maria, let me know where you're from. It just depends on what you are going through and the circumstances that you have. Yeah, you gotta let me know what type of advice would you be looking for, because again, I'm not a guru, but I can tell you some stories, and I can tell you some things that I've learned from them, and maybe some tactics that I'm also actively implementing every day in life to just try to be a better person and live the best life that I can given my circumstances. So but yeah, so Midwest, do that a lot and over the past couple of days, so I've seen like some growth. There were, I think, like 27 subscribers since I've started posting consistently. I did this 30-day challenge, so I'm trying to post daily for 30 days. Number one is primarily to build consistency because I'm an adult with an ADHD brain. I have 1,000 thoughts going on at one time. And I also have 1,000 ideas. They can be frivolous and grandiose, and they just never come to fruition. So the whole goal, the primary goal of the 30-day challenge was to build consistency. So after 30 days, no, I am not forcing myself to post every day. But this has forced me to show up in ways that I normally wouldn't. Like, look at my hair, y'all. I just took down my hair. I ain't even washed it yet. Huh? Oh, hey, girl. Hey. But I didn't even wash my hair yet, girl. You see my hair, girl? You see my hair? Yeah, I haven't washed my hair. And I would normally not. Oh, thank you. I would normally not come on here like this. But you getting it. You getting all of it. When I'm done live, I got y'all. But yeah, you're gonna get all of this. I don't care where I'm at, what I look. Well, I do care. Like, I'm gonna care about how I present myself for the most part. But if we just chat here, no, this is how I'll talk to a friend, and hopefully like I said, if we here and if you subscribe, like, we're locked in, and ain't no switching up. Like, we are something close to friends. We ain't gonna go too far yet, but we something close to friends. So this is how I would talk to my friend, just like this. And so with that, yeah, so we got 15 more days left. I'm gonna post something. We got some out of state experiences coming up. So when I tell you I do this is what I do. So this upcoming weekend, I gotta freaking go to Ohio. So we'll be over in Ohio this weekend, and then the weekend after that we'll probably be over in Illinois or Missouri. One of those. I don't know yet. And then next month, I'll actually be out of the Midwest. I'll be over in North Carolina. So it's a lot. And it's just, hopefully you guys just, hop in for the ride. It's a chaotic one sometimes. It could be a lot of bumps, but it's fun. I'm driving the bus, and I'll make sure you guys are all safe. But sit down. Sit your ass down, okay? So with me traveling all the time and trying to do all this posting and stuff, I do balance a full-time career. My career it's actually more than full-time. I work 7 days a week. It's 7 days a week. It's all the time. I'm salary, so it's naturally that's how it is. And then in this world that I work in, so I work again in events. I manage events, book these events, work them myself. So it's almost a 24/7 job. It's always something either on the ground that requires the most immediate attention, or behind the scenes administratively. It's always something. It's always a fire that needs to get put out. So I am trying to balance that with creating content. And the more and more I post, the more and more I am not afraid to show up. I think the easier that's becoming. And then also, because I work events, I literally travel all the time. So it's been easy to just implement that into everyday creation. I have a camera roll full of stuff, so it just actually comes down to boiling down and, I guess, getting it put up and edited and being open, honest, raw, and authentic. So I'm not gonna keep y'all too much longer. I tried to go live at 7, and can you please stop walking through here? You can't be in the background, girl. Thank you. I don't show my kids online. Oh yeah, by the way, I don't do that. No, I think that's, this ain't no family channel. I think it's weird. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird when you try to profit off your children. Now, when they get to a certain age, like my oldest, she's 17. So, what if Diddy watch you? What if Diddy watch you? Yes. What if Diddy watch you? So, yeah, exactly. She's exactly right. What if Diddy won't watch her? So, I don't like that. This comes from, I told you I wanted to be a rapper. I thought I was going to be this really, like, dope, popular rapper. And back in the day, back before social media, you didn't show up on social media. You only popped out every now and again. You popped out perfect. And you didn't show your children. So that was one of the morals that I had. But then also, when Instagram first started, I'm going to tell y'all a little story. Instagram first started, showing my age, what was this, 2010s, whenever Instagram first started. I got on there. Again, I was a musician, pretty popular in my little area. So I amassed a decent following in the beginning. I didn't know that's how Instagram worked. I thought this is from my Facebook days, so I thought it was like my friends and my family and like my friends of my friends. And so I'm thinking like, hey everybody, whatever. Some random person, I posted a picture of my daughter. Some random person came and liked the photo. And when I tell y'all I went off on this man, I went off on this man. And from that point forward, that just kind of propelled that, no, I'm not putting my children online. And I still feel like that to this day. And that was over, how old is she now? That was 15 years ago. So, yeah, I'm not posting my kids online. They want to grow up and post themselves and whatever. Be my guest. But I'm not posting them. They don't have to worry about that for me. But yeah, so, not going to keep y'all long. Tried to go live at 7 o'clock. Did not know what I was doing. I'm still learning this. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. And I went to school for computer information systems. So, by the way, I'm very technologically advanced. Okay, I worked for Apple at one point in time, so technology is not beneath me. But god dang, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know if I could hear myself. I'm trying to click. My computer is like almost crashing, and this is a MacBook. My Mac is like, no, like please, baby, no. What is you doing? Can you stop? Because you don't know what you're doing. So I went over there to TikTok. I went to TikTok and went live. And that went well, but I don't know what I'm doing over there either, because then you got all these buttons, and then they want you to send gifts and like battle with people and all that stuff. Like, what are we battling for? I don't even know you. Like, so I didn't know what I was doing over there, and so now I'm back over here, and this has been better. I had to go from my phone. Anyway, I was trying to go live at 7, so I'm not gonna keep y'all longer because I know it's 8 o'clock hour. Y'all got some other shows to watch. I got some other shows that I want to go watch too. So goals for this channel is to build that community of people that I needed 10 years ago. People that aren't afraid to say, hey, I am not where I want to be. I am not where I expected to be at this point in my life. I'm scorned about that. I'm a little upset about it, And the goal is that we grow together from that, right? But then also we can also touch Gen X, because they definitely didn't have the room or space to say anything. And we give them that. We give them that comfortability to be able to say, hey, you know what? I actually did feel that way at that time. So let me tell you how I felt, and maybe we can collaborate and figure out how to make it work better for you. But then also touching Gen X. I have Gen X in home. I have Gen Alpha in home. So my goal is for them to never have to go through anything that I went through. They're going to make some mistakes. They're going to bump their head. But I am here being that person that I did not have. If I had a me around, granted, I wouldn't listen to me sometimes. Yeah, that's what we do. That's what we do as rambunctious, rebellious teenagers and adolescents. But having someone there to instill that in you every day, yeah, I think that's what I want to be for everyone, for all of these generations. So that's the goal for this channel. It's going to be very chaotic sometimes because I am all over the place. I'm not niched. I tried so hard to niche down, and I can't, because I have so many ideas and so many aspirations and so many ambitions that I'll throw them all at the wall, and whichever one stick, that works perfect for me. So you'll see music. I dropped some poetry the other day. You'll see, like I said, my travel experiences. I'll share about my job, my gripes about that. But most importantly, just the growth. And hopefully, with everything that you watch from me, there's a takeaway and a connection that is being built. And that's pretty much it. So I was going to do a live Q&A, but I don't even have live. I did have some, hold on. I did have like 2 questions. I went over to Snapchat because, oh yeah, by the way, I'll be on Snapchat real heavy too. I went over to Snapchat and I was like, hey guys, I want to do a video, a Q&A, or like an about me video. Ask me some questions, whatever. And I only get like 1 question all the time. So I'm going to answer this once and for all. Why did I quit doing music? I quit doing music because I had no business acumen. I thought that I was just a crap, and I thought my writing was so good that I guess somebody was going to come in my head and find it and then be like, oh man, she's really dope and we're gonna put her on everything because it was in my head. I have music out. Again, I have music out. Make sure y'all go check that out so y'all know I'm not just talking. Like, I really was dope. But there's only a couple of them. Somebody actually posted a roast. This girl, we got into it back in what, the 2010s. We got into it because of the Trayvon Martin situation. I used to be really verbal on Facebook. When I tell y'all, I had to shut that up. Because I talked a lot on Facebook. But I was talking a lot of stuff. This girl came on there. She was like, yeah, you ain't never dropped a mixtape. And I never did. Never dropped a mixtape. I dropped some tracks, but I'll be in the studio listening to beats. But but I never dropped stuff because I just never, I don't know. I never got serious about it. So that's why I quit music. And then also, I have children. I have a family. And I was poor. Like, you can't do music and be poor. You got to pay for beats. You got to pay for studio sessions. You got to pay to get there. You got to pay. You got to pay for placement. You got to, nowadays, you got distro now. So you got to pay to distribute it. Like, you got to pay for stuff. And I did not have the money to pay. So now I got the money. Now I just feel like I'm old. Like, I'm almost 40 years old. Granted, I don't want to be an ageist. I'm going to say this. I'm going to go around on a tangent. Here with the ADHD brain bus. Going on a tangent, bringing it back around so I can let y'all off. I'm not an ageist. But I do think that there's a certain point in time in a woman's life where she should maybe consider other things. That's just me, though. Again, allegedly, no advice. But that's me, and that's why I stopped. But I was like 29, and I was like, no, I can't do this anymore. I'm so old. I am so old, and I have kids. And then you have Cardi B came out here, and this girl done popped off 4 babies during her whole career. So those were just excuses. There were cop-outs. I don't know. So that's why I'm still going to release music. I just dropped 2 tracks at the beginning of this year, just for the fun of it. Because if anything, music is therapy for me. So I'm going to do it. It's just something in me that will never die. So, but that's why I quit. Anyway, I'm out of here. I got Why Do You Care? I know, why do you care? Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all another thing on this channel, and I'm going to let you go. Why do I care? All right, Hunter, are you being mean? Because I don't know. Because you can't. Don't be over here trolling trolls, y'all. Because y'all don't want to see my Finsta or my food tube. You cannot troll a troll, okay? All right. Anyway, why do you care? I don't know how to take that question. Anyway, I'm about to get out of here. I gotta go feed the children and then finish planning this weekend. So stick around because yeah, we're going back to Ohio. I'm gonna give y'all a hint. We're going to the Ohio. Yes, we're going to the GOAT. So make sure y'all go watch my other video about the GOAT. So if you need a GOAT, you know where we're going. We're going to the GOATs. And I'll see y'all later. So thank y'all for tuning in. I hope y'all stick it in. Like I said, we locked in. Ain't no switching up. This is my bus. It's a crazy bus. Just make sure y'all hop in for the ride. Put your seatbelts on. Sit your ass down. And enjoy.